Hello and welcome to Asset Television News. I am Emanuela Akwaya and here are the headlines. Senate to probe selective police withdrawal from VIPs. Comptroller-General of Customs bags award. NNPC begins importation of petrol. The Nigerian Senate has lodged an investigation into what it describes as the uneven enforcement of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's directive ordering the withdrawal of police personnel from VIPs. Raising the matter under Order 9, Senator Adeniyi of Bauchi Central raised concerns on the Senate floor over the withdrawal of his only police orderly. He questioned why many political office holders still have police protection while his security was removed, calling for fairness and uniform application of the directives from the President and Vice President to ministers and others. Senator Adeniyi also noted that some ministers, business persons, and entertainers continue to receive police protection despite the security withdrawal order. He urged the leadership of the Senate to direct the Police Affairs Committee to investigate his selective enforcement, warning that the National Assembly should not be singled out.
I woke up today and I was told my police orderly and other police orderlies are withdrawn. Mr. President, I have no problem with that. My problem is that this thing should go across the board. It should not be, don't worry, it should be done across the board. Let's see what happens from the office of the President to the Vice President, to the Senate President, to the Speaker of the House, to the ministers. Mr. President, I'm coming after they have withdrawn my only orderly. I saw 2 convoys of ministers, and they were carrying lots of security personnel. I have also seen business concern, Chinese and other business concern with the compliments of orderlies. Mr. President, I have also seen daughters and sons of political office holders having orderlies and having security covers. Mr. President, I have seen singers having orderlies and complimentary of protection. I cannot ever imagine that a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria who has been here for a very long time and only one orderly and he is withdrawn and nothing will happen. Like I said earlier, Mr. President, I have no problem, but let it be done across the board. Let it be done across the board. I can take care of myself, but let me not see governors, ministers, and business concerns being covered by security establishment. But
Deputy Senate President Senator Jibrin Bara acknowledged the concerns, confirming that the Police Affairs Committee will look into the report. Senator Bara explained the withdrawal aims to boost police efforts against Nigerian security challenges and assured that the Senate remains committed to protecting its members. He expressed hope that President Tinubu will reconsider and restore Senator Adeniyi's police orderly and praised the President's effort to improve national security with the Senate's full support.
We had leadership meeting. This was discussed and we took an action. We expect the outcome of that action to be available to us today in respect of the police orderlies that were withdrawn from the senators. It's of concern to us, and I will raise the issue, and we're dealing with that, in the formal line, So everything will be done. We're on top of the situation. But in respect of those, the fact that the directive of Mr. President being flouted, where you have the class of persons that he just said, singers, businessmen, and what have you, having policemen. The chairman of the Police Affairs Committee should check up this matter, conduct a proper investigation, and let us know why is the directive of Mr. President being flouted. Mr. President gave that order in order to strengthen our police force to deal with our internal security problems, and it was done in good faith. And sometimes there could be some observations which Nigi has raised, which is going to be addressed, and we are, doing that. But it was made in good faith to strengthen our police force to deal with our internal security issues. We all know that, and we know Mr. President's directive is in order and quite proper. But I want to assure you that the issue raised by to protect you is taken seriously. And the leadership sat yesterday, agreed that the course of action should be undertaken in order to restore your police orderlies to you, because it's in line with international best practice.
The Comptroller-General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, has received the Outstanding Revenue Collection Award at the 2025 Nigerian Excellence Awards in Public Service, held on Sunday, 7th December 2025, at the Banquet Hall of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Judge Akume, said the CGC was selected from 44 distinguished recipients drawn from institutions across the country, following a rigorous assessment of public service performance. The SGF commended Adeniyi for his discipline, transparency and professionalism in revenue administration, describing his leadership as a clear reflection of the kind of public service Nigeria needs at the critical moment. Akume added the Nigerian Customs Service under Adeniyi has shown commendable consistency in surpassing revenue targets, tightening border management processes, and restoring public confidence in institutional service delivery, noting that his nomination was both deserving and inspiring. He stressed that NEAPS aims to strengthen a culture of recognition in public institutions, reminding recipients that public offices are held in trust for the Nigerian people. The CGC, Adeniyi, expressed deep appreciation to President Tinubu, the SGF, and the organizers for the honor. The United States Congressional Delegation in Nigeria on Wednesday gave a startling revelation expressing concern about the high level of displacement of Nigerians caused by incessant attacks from terrorist groups. This is as Representative Riley, a member of the United States House of Representatives from West Virginia 2nd District, one of the congressmen currently in Nigeria on a fact-finding mission and high-level security meetings with Nigerian government officials, said the scale of displacement affecting Christian communities in Benue State has pushed the number of persons in IDP camps to over 600,000. Moore, who had earlier warned that Nigeria still needs to do more in fighting insecurity and addressing U.S. concerns over alleged Christian genocide, however, expressed satisfaction with the openness and willingness of President Bola Tinubu's administration to tackle terrorist groups. The U.S. congressman, in a post on X on Wednesday, shared his observation about completing a visit to Nigeria, where he met several families in Benue who had been forced to flee their ancestral homes following violent terrorist attacks. He recounted deeply distressing experiences shared by residents he met at various Benue IDP camps, including the loss of family members and severe personal trauma, before finding refuge in the makeshift camps. Moore further revealed that he encountered men, women, and children who described witnessing attacks on their communities and suffering life-altering harm, adding that several displaced persons now struggle with the emotional and physical impacts of the violence they escaped. Abubakar Malami, the former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, is in the custody of Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Malami is being probed for 18 alleged offenses, including money laundering, abuse of office, and terrorism financing. The Anti-Graft Agency is believed to have secured a remand order for his detention. Sources privy to the investigation reportedly told the Cable that the former AGF is unable to account for the recovery of $346.2 million, Abacha loot from Switzerland, and funds from island of Jersey. The investigation extends to the disbursement of 4 billion naira Anchor Borrowers Program funds from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Malami is also being quizzed over his alleged 10 billion naira investments in schools, hotels, and rice mills in Kebbi State. The cable understands that Malami failed to meet his bail conditions as of 11 p.m. on Tuesday, forcing him to spend a second night in detention. Asset TV will be back after the short break. Stay tuned. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has resumed importation of petrol 1 year after announcing it has stopped importing the products. It will be recalled that on November 12, 2024, Mele Kyari, NNPC's former Group Chief Executive Officer, said the National Oil Company had stopped importing petroleum products. However, in its State of the Midstream and Downstream Fact Sheet for November 2025, published on Wednesday, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority said NNPC imported petrol. NMDPRA said the importation of petrol by NNPC contributed to a significant increase in total petrol supply in November, which jumped from 46 million litres in October to 71.5 million litres per day. The authority reported that of the total petrol supply, 52.1 million litres were imported, while local refineries supplied 19.5 million litres in November. NMDPRA said the significant increase in petrol supply in November 2025 was also due to low supply recorded in September and October 2025, below the national demand threshold. The People's Security Monitor Annual Security Summit and Recognition Ceremony was held on Wednesday, 10 December 2025 at the Nigerian National Merit House, Maitama, Abuja, bringing together security leaders, policymakers, civil society groups, researchers, and community actors to discuss emerging threats, national security reforms, and innovative strategies for safer communities. The summit served as a high-level platform for experience sharing, collaboration, and public enlightenment on new approaches aimed at improving performance across security and emergency response sectors. Speaking during his welcome address, the Chief Operating Officer and Editor-in-Chief, Isaka Mustafa, described the gathering as an important milestone, noting that the 2025 edition is a space for conversations, collaboration, and experience sharing on innovative strategies that encourage improved performance across the security and emergency response sectors. The guest speaker, the Comptroller-General of Federal Fire Service, CG Samuel Adeyemi Olomode, spoke on the institutional renewal for fire service, a blueprint for effective response and change, where he emphasized the need to strengthen national fire safety system, saying that safety protocols were currently being reviewed to ensure more effective response.
Safety is everybody's responsibilities. Then the renewal, what are the innovations we are bringing in as far as Federal Fire Service is concerned? A blueprint for effective response is both timely and essential. As nations evolve, so much their emergency response systems, particularly fire and rescue services, which are at the heart of public safety and national resilience. Fire disaster remains one of the most underestimated threats to human lives, economic activities, economic stability in Nigeria. Our collective ability to prevent, respond to, and mitigate fire incidents is therefore a measure of our nation's preparedness.
Olomode noted that the service now has fire posts in universities, markets, hospitals, and estates across the country, urging Nigerians to report emergencies promptly. He also advised citizens to regularly check their fire extinguishers for expiration dates and practice caution at home. Representing the Minister of Defense, Major General Christopher Musa, retired former Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Bala Isanda, spoke on building a safer nation through collective responsibility. He reiterated the need for citizens to provide reliable security information, describing it as a patriotic duty essential to national safety and progress.
just as the speaker said, getting efficiency and building a safer nation is through things the Honorable Minister lumped into two phrases. The first phrase, he said, give information. He's charging citizens, every citizen, to supply information to security services. Secondly, he wants to remind us that security is a duty of all. These two phrases fringe on what the CDS calls the necessity and imperative for apt security environment in Nigeria. In explaining the first charge, that is to give information, we must be conscious of the fact that preserving national security is a shared responsibility. I therefore urge Nigerians to actively contribute to providing critical information that can assist security agencies in their operations.
He reaffirmed his commitment to professional, democratic, and effective military leadership, saying his focus is on efficiency, cooperation, and intelligence-driven security reforms are aimed at building a safer nation. A routine ambassadorial screening turned dramatic on Wednesday when one of President Bola Tinubu's career nominees, Emmanuel Adeniyi, stumbled over a basic question many senators considered fundamental, naming all three senators from his home state of Ekiti. Adeniyi, currently a deputy director in the office of the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, had dazzled the Senate Committee on Foreign Affairs with an impressive resume spanning from Hong Kong and France, where he earned a PhD. But the atmosphere shifted the moment he attempted to pay tribute to the two senators from my state. He confidently mentioned Senate leader Opeyemi Bamidele and Senator Yemi Adaramodu when prodded to name the third Senator Adeyemi appeared startled, prompting senators to remind him that three lawmakers represent every state. Senator Asko Ekpayong, Cross River State, condemned the lapse, describing it as emblematic of a troubling decline among public office nominees. Inter Miami star Lionel Messi has won his second consecutive Major League Soccer Most Vulnerable Player award. Messi won the award on Tuesday after propelling Inter Miami to the MLS title and leading the league in goals. The Argentina superstar became the first player to win back-to-back MLS MVP awards, and only the second player in the league is captured two MVP awards after Preki in 1997 and 2003. The 38-year-old forward, who led Argentina to the 2022 World Cup crown, scored 29 goals in the regular season, the fourth most in any MLS campaign, and set up 19 others to claim the MLS Golden Boot. And that is the news at this hour. Follow us on all social media handles. I am Emanuela Akwaya, Asset Television.